Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Castlevania Ravenloft
There it is.
RPG. There's the music. Right on time. Alright, well,
Bravo, bot, bravo.
I was just waiting.
It just wanted to interrupt you on purpose.
yeah. Alright, so the last we saw our adventurers, they're down in the catacombs. Elias had stumbled into the wrong spot in the dungeon and ended up teleported. That's a little loud. Let me just fix that real quick. Elias got teleported a wraith in his place instead. And then I think one of the hellhounds came back from the 3 hellhounds and the ghost that you fought. That was a pretty intense fight. But that's where you guys are now. I would say not in the most, I don't know, you're in a pretty precarious position. That was a lot of alliteration, not on purpose. But...
You're still doing it.
yeah, God, what's wrong with me? But yeah, Logan's not joining us tonight. However, everyone that's here will still have him for support. I'll try to control him in a very Logan way. So, Elias, I believe they defeated your wraith, and you can find your way back to your friends, and I'll assume that you've gone ahead and done that now.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Alexandra, Jeeves, and Elias, and Jack are all down in the southern part of the catacombs. I think Elias was trying to get a peek into that room around the corner when he stepped a little too close to it and was transported.
So unless Mark can figure out what the trap is and disarm it, we can't go over there.
I'm guessing it's probably magical.
Using his mental voice projection into your head, Elias, Jack says, well, it goes all the way up to the ceiling. I learned that one the hard way.
Yes, I recall. There was a nice, satisfying thunk to the ground.
So it's almost like a wall instead of a floor thing.
Very odd. So shall we explore some more of the floor here, or what do you think we should just get out of here? We're not in the best shape.
So we still have a hellhound on the loose?
I think that came back for you. You defeated
We
it.
finished it off.
I think we killed it, right? Yeah.
I suggest we find somewhere safe where we can all take a good long nap. I feel like crap.
Well, there are plenty of empty tombs.
Yeah, I think that you'd feel better after a long 8-hour rest.
8 hours in a tomb.
And after you roll for 8 hours of encounters.
I never said I felt comfortable sleeping down here again. 4 hours down here was plenty of time.
I don't think that you spent 4 hours. You spent 1 hour.
It was a short rest, isn't that 4 hours?
No, it's 1 hour.
Okay, fine.
It can be anywhere between 1 and 4.
At least 1.
Okay.
And I
Well,
did
well-
roll a lot of dice. You did that.
Yeah, I remember that. Where shall we go to rest then? We rested before in the gargoyle vestibule kind of area.
The chapel was cleared of whatever it was that was attacking Jeeves. That we found a holy relic there as well. I think that would be a safe place.
Out of all the places we've been so far, I would certainly feel most comfortable there of anywhere. But being this place as it is, who knows?
Yeah, that place had a lot of entrances and exits.
That's true as well.
This entire castle is dangerous, gentlemen. It's just a matter of what room is the least. What the hell was that?
You can hear that it's still storming pretty bad outside.
Okay.
Wow, we can hear that down here.
Yes, we
Damn.
heard that all the way down to the dungeon, quite loudly.
It was a little louder than I intended.
Yeah, I remember the last time we heard things like that was bad news because shortly afterwards, bad things happened.
My vote is for the chapel, gentlemen.
Okay, I'm in agreement with that. Well, what do you think, Mark? What is your name?
Jack?
Steve.
Jeeves, yeah.
Oh,
Steve.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Mark Logan Jack Jeeves.
I'm like his dad.
Just cycling through the entire character and player alphabet, aren't we?
At least I didn't call him Alexandra.
All
Oh
right.
god.
Oh,
Well, Alexandra still is holding the hand of the little clockwork man, and if you guys want to start making your way back up the stairs to the chapel that you were previously at, I can place you there. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, for
avoiding
now.
all traps on the way, yes.
There was that fog-filled corridor that we could have explored, but it will have to wait.
Alright, so going up a level.
If permitted, can she just pick up the little mechanical man and carry him, just to help move a little faster?
He's actually pretty swift. Let me
Oh,
check his
okay,
movement
never mind then.
speed. Okay, I won't. Let's see. Alright, you begin ascending the stairs. And you will all come out here.
I'm trying to heal Jack some, but it's not applying to him.
Huh. Interesting. I might have to manually do that, maybe. I
I
don't
dragged
know
it on him.
why you guys' icons are showing up so small on this. It's weird. I'll have to reset the scale of your
Yeah.
tokens.
And my token isn't right either because it doesn't have like the dots and everything on it.
I probably added it wrong then. Let me do it from the combat tracker. It'd probably be the best way to do that. I just crashed Fantasy Grounds.
Crap.
Oh,
Oh,
I think working with these very large, detailed maps, it's tough for it. So let me get that started back up.
I haven't heard this music before. It's pretty good.
This is from the arcade, the one that you actually physically whip with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a shooter, a rail shooter. I think that it would translate very nicely to a VR game.
There's actually one of those machines in Georgia.
No way.
Yeah. The place in North Carolina might have it too because they opened up another franchise.
Dude,
That
I would love to play that game.
Yeah, if you've ever heard of Round One Arcade, it should be there in Atlanta.
Okay, you guys can connect back now.
Okay.
Oh, it just crashed again.
whoa.
What did you do?
Oh, hey,
Hold on.
it came back. What the hell? It didn't crash. I just thought it was crashing because it said it was crashing.
What is happening?
It's got to load all of these big maps I have on preload, so Once they're all loaded, I should be able to switch you from floor to floor to floor without waiting a whole bunch.
The arcade game has lost painting in it? Wow.
Maybe I didn't. Okay, I'm probably thinking of a playlist that I tried earlier that didn't work.
Ah.
I'm not exactly sure what this is, to be honest, anymore. Because I don't think it has lost painting.
This is Castlevania the Concerts.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's orchestrated stuff that I played. Now I remember. Huh.
I'm
Alright,
trying to
so
connect.
in the chapel, how do you guys want to rest up? Do you just want to...
Still trying to connect.
Yeah. Oh, there goes my character. Okay.
Well, I think we're gonna lay in the pews, because that way, even if someone walks in, they won't see us right away, and they are technically beds/benches. So.
Alex will
Yeah.
curl up behind and under the altar.
I'm just gonna use my stealth and hide.
Okay.
If it lets me roll a stealth. So slow.
Yeah, the character's not even loading on my screen at all. There's the map.
Same.
I'm here. I'm connected. I'm just waiting.
Mm. I see Jeeves' portrait at the top left, but I can't pick a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just loading a lot of stuff at once right now.
Oh.
My grandmother sent me this really cool birthday card. It's got this cat that pops out kind of like a storybook, except he's in place. Like you don't have to open it for him to kind of be popped out. And he's got this mechanism to where his hand and his tail move, and he bats this paper ball that's on a string, and he does it to this music.
Rocky.
Yeah, and every time it hits a note, he hits the ball.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
That's very elaborate.
Yeah, I was very impressed with it. Man, it's still loading.
Yep. I
Jeez.
see an unnamed arriving. But
And this is just with 3 players and my local to
there
record
you go.
from.
I got a roll in now. And this map's appeared.
Yeah, the map's trying to load even on my local computer here. It's not even loading on its own. To record the other screen, I've got to have 2 monitors, and I run 2 versions of Fantasy, or 2 executables of Fantasy Grounds. So I connect to myself and record that. That way you don't see all the DM stuff in the videos.
Like that one time.
Yeah, until sometimes it tries to record the wrong exe.
Well, we used this map before and didn't have any problems, I remember.
Yeah, I think that my computer is just a piece of crap, and
There.
it's just so slow.
Okay, I see a map. I see a token.
Okay,
Yay.
stuff's loading now.
Just having trouble bringing up the actual character sheet itself.
All right. So we're attempting a long rest.
Yes.
I don't like how you say that word attempting.
And another long rest.
Let me just read the rules on this. What's up? She's on girls' night. She's walking and stuff.
Well, good night.
Good night, love you.
Sorry.
All right. All right. So far, you're 1 hour in with no interruptions.
Yay.
Good. Keep it going. I can't imagine there'd be much bothering us in here.
Now that you've gone and fucking said that.
Yep.
All right. You guys are 3 hours in.
All that rolling for 3 hours? Wow. I figured it'd be one roll and that.
Why won't my character sheet load?
Oh no. All right. That's 4 hours in. I'm just gonna do this one like this.
That's 7
Now-
dice.
On the between the 4th and 5th hour, something interrupts you. We'll see what it is. Interesting.
Okay, there we go. Got my sheet up.
Mr. Jeeves, roll a perception check.
Alrighty.
Here on light duty, while you're just resting and hiding in this room, you spot something under one of the pews. Appears to be a necklace.
A necklace?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't seem suspicious at all. I'm not gonna touch it just now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought we were resting.
Well, it actually does look a little ominous to you in a personal way. You think you may recognize it.
Could I do a history? Try and identify it?
There's no need. If you look at it with any amount of attention, you start to realize that this necklace belonged to a sibling of yours who died on the day that you were born.
Wait, what? How do I recognize that?
How would he recognize?
That's a great question. But I will leave that detail up to you and how that necklace has
my
history in your own family.
That is the most bizarre. Okay, it's a bizarre necklace.
Yes.
Grab it.
You can keep it if you'd like.
Sure.
All right, you can put bizarre necklace into your inventory. All right.
Unfamiliar family heirloom.
All right, you guys are getting lucky here. So your rest isn't interrupted in the 5th hour. Or the 6th. However, on the 7th hour, you notice something else. Elias, roll a perception check.
All right. Mhm. Snoring.
Okay, Alexandra, roll a perception check.
Seriously?
Also snoring.
Yeah, well,
Mr.
she's
Jeeves.
earned it.
All right,
There we go.
21. Mr. Jeeves, you notice on the balcony far above you, where you were assaulted by zombies, a smiling jester marionette with tangled strings and tiny copper bells sewn into its cap is hanging from the balcony that wasn't there the last time you were here.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna inform my comrades about the bizarre marionette up on the balcony.
Is it threatening?
It's just hanging there, looking down at you all.
That's threatening.
Then I'm going to leave it alone. As a matter of fact, Alexander's going to wave to it.
All right, it does nothing back.
A friend of yours? She glances down to the little clockwork man.
He slowly shakes his head no.
Slowly shakes his head. Oh, that sounds ominous.
All right, is anyone doing anything, or do you want to continue to rest?
Yeah, it's not attacking us, it's just watching.
Well, how does that work? Do we not get the bonuses unless it reaches 8 hours, or
Yeah, it's 8 hours of uninterrupted rest, so any amount of really doing anything is going to mess it up.
so if we attack it, we'll have to try again to rest for 8 more hours?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yep, I'm just gonna lay the fuck back down.
yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Well, you guys are between your 7th and 8th hour. This will be it right here. You guys made it. I can't believe it. You've rested 8 hours successfully in Castle Ravenloft. I really didn't expect that to happen, to be honest, but you guys are lucky tonight.
Hey, we earned it.
Yay. More lightning and thunder, yay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell the time since it's so dark outside. The broken windows here are actually letting in a tiny bit of rain. You think that it may be getting dark soon.
You mean it wasn't already?
No, you guys traveled here pretty early in the day. And you've rested a couple of hours, you've explored for a few hours, and now you've rested for an additional 8 hours. So you've had a pretty full day. But everybody can not only recover a full rest that I'll apply now, but I'll make sure that your hit points return to maximum as the effects of the Wraith's life-draining hits seem to be dissipating the longer that you rest. Oops, that was the wrong button.
Woot.
Alright, yeah, it's definitely still affecting you guys, so let me just manually go into your notes here where I
79.
Yeah, 79. Alright, for you, and then Jack. I didn't load him, but his notes say. Oh, he was unaffected by that. Mr. Jeeves?
Right back.
Mr.
Okay.
Jeeves, you're now finally back at your full 59 hit points.
Yay.
And Elias.
Did anything happen with the marionette?
Nope. Still just dangling there.
Okay, good.
Elias, yours is 51.
Actually, you know what?
What?
Since it's just dangling there watching us. Have you come here to do us harm?
It doesn't do anything. It's completely still.
You want me to go up and grab it?
That would probably be a bad idea. I say we leave it alone.
I agree with that.
Yep. Although, if there's a puppet, that means there's a puppet master somewhere.
Hmm. An interesting observation. Jeeves, I believe I heard you moving around some last night. Did you find something?
The funniest thing. So, there's this necklace. And for some unknown reason, I got it in my head that it belonged to a sibling of mine from birth.
Oh.
I have no idea why I thought that. But that's the
Well-
thought that came to me.
Well, maybe you saw it later on and someone told you it was theirs.
Possibly. Well,
That is very strange, though. Do you think they would have any reason to come to Castle Ravenloft?
no, none.
Hmm. I didn't know you had any siblings.
Neither did I.
Really? Extra strange.
It just keeps getting worse. Just stop. You're just digging a hole deeper.
I'm going to show Elias the necklace.
Alright. Elias, the necklace looks pretty old, not of much value.
But it
Oh.
doesn't look like it doesn't bring anything to mind of Elias, right? It just looks like an old necklace.
Nope. For some reason, Jeeves is pretty sure, though, that he had a sibling that died when he was born. And this is a passed down through his family necklace that he hasn't seen since he last saw his family.
Now, see, that could be a nice twist. Lost his family because they were in the mist.
Okay, I was just making sure it didn't have the same effect on Elias, like it was like a trick or something. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, Alexandra has wandered north and has peered into a little chapel access area. This arched room connects a vast chamber to the east and a staircase that rises to the west. Alcoves in the north and south hold 8-foot-tall sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. Black shadows fall across their faces.
Do they look particularly menacing?
I think so, yeah. They are brandishing swords.
No, they wouldn't be the first menacing statues we've came across.
The swords are stone too, though. It's all sculpture.
Just to make sure that they're not going to attack us the moment we walk by.
As you use your light, I guess your whip, to illuminate more of these things, their face, so you can see the features here, and you notice that the craftsmanship in these statues are immaculate. It looks like it would have taken some kind of master sculptor to craft these things to this level of artistry. However, it doesn't appear like they're going to animate and attack you as you're investigating them.
Okay. Shall we head this way, gentlemen, or shall we find another area? Lucky has spoken.
Yes. I hope you can interpret what he said. Your life may depend on it.
Yes, he said go this way.
Well, I guess I'd had my fill of the tombs for now, so why not?
All right, so Alexander's taken the lead. Before you rises some stairs.
I have my weapon ready.
All right.
I'm gonna cut
see.
some traps as well.
Sure, make a perception check. Well, this staircase is made of old wood that strains underfoot, creaking and groaning. Feels pretty unstable, but you don't think it's trapped. The creaks are pretty loud, however.
Can't be louder than sonic church bells.
That's true. I'm opening a large image. Give me a moment. All right. This is not Castlevania music. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. This is the chandelier swinging spot.
It's that song you thought is silly from last time.
Yeah, orchestrated. It's a little less impressive. All right, the stairs continue up here. Who would like to be the first out? All right,
I will.
Alex. All right, the both of you actually see.
Just as Alex was about to take a step onto the landing, Elias charges forward just to be first.
Well, nobody said anything, so I had to do something.
All right, a sculptured stone railing encloses this long balcony which overlooks Ravenloft's chapel. Two ornate thrones stand side by side in the center of the balcony, covered with dust and strung with cobwebs. The thrones face away from the double doors that give access to the balcony, and you can see the remains of the zombies there. This is where Jeeves came up and fought those zombies. And you also see the marionette hanging from the balcony as well. And it'll take me a second to reveal all this. It's a pretty big balcony area below you. Just a higher up version of what you've already seen down below. Okay. The double doors there are closed in front of you, Alex.
Alex is going to lean her ear against one and try to see if she can hear anything from the other side.
All right. Uh, 23. Yes, you hear a low moan, rising and falling. Sounds as if it's intoning sadness and despair.
Is there a keyhole or anything in the doors that we can peek through, or
No, not effectively.
no gap at the bottom of the door?
With only darkness beyond.
Elias will examine the thrones, see if there's anything on them or about them.
Okay.
Yes, dear?
I saw you jump the other one. Do you want your other IPA?
Please.
Hi, wife.
Everybody says hi.
To him, I said hello.
She said hello.
I said him.
I can hear.
She said something. I don't know what she said. It wasn't hello. It was something else.
Him.
I said I can hear.
I know, but I don't know what she said. Hello?
Hello.
Henlo. She said henlo, everyone.
Yes.
In specific, Sunraiser said. But I'm sure Mark and Brent would also like to say.
And it's Mary here.
Thank you, dear.
I didn't give them permission to piggyback off of my greeting.
What do you want?
But we did anyway.
They're not going to ride the coattails of my hello like drowning rats.
Well, we usually do.
For the record, only April said hi.
I said hi too. Brent says hi.
I said, in fact, dear guys.
Well, and after I just said that, Brent said hi. Mark still hasn't said anything.
Oh, I see.
That's because I'm
Do you
muted.
remember Queen?
Hello.
Yeah.
Kui and her lady has had twins. I just learned this time.
Yeah, on
Well
Facebook
said, Mike.
and
Well
stuff.
said, Mike.
Like, I had seen
Has a
something like
twins.
a baby shower or something.
Huh?
No.
I saw a
that
baby
happened.
shower or something not too long ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, that.
I only knew because Mark said he was at the hospital.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, the
You
baby
know
shower.
Rachel's doing like a month. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that until tonight, and I was like,
Yeah, she's
June 14th.
probably Juneteenth.
14th.
All right, well, I'm being strangled. Thank you, dear, for the beer. I love you.
And the strangle?
And the strangle.
No, we can thank you for that later.
All right, so do you want to open this door on your own, or are you going to have
I
the rest
will
of your
wait
posse with
for-
you?
Yeah, I will wait for Elias at least.
All right.
So I was checking out these thrones.
Oh, the
Mike.
thrones, yes.
Yeah.
The thrones are very old and dusty. They reek of rot as well from the corpses that were sitting in them for so long. The corpses that are now dead, shot with multiple arrows in front of the thrones now.
I see. So I can't really tell who or what they were up here.
these zombies, I didn't really give them much of a description, did I? It looked like they were playing dead until Mr. Jeeves touched them, and then they played undead. But they're not very descript. They don't look very important.
Okay. They just like sitting in thrones in very important places.
Yeah, and a king's balcony here. But
Okay.
any identity that they once had has been stripped away by rot and decay.
Okay, I'm gonna help Alexander with the door then.
All right, both of you cautiously open the door, revealing a long corridor before you.
Oh,
This 20-foot high hall has a dark vaulted ceiling draped with cobwebs, and the moan that that Alexandra heard seems to travel the length of the corridor as it rises and falls. It sounds like it's very sad and despairing. But
She's going to glance down and check on the Clockwork Man.
and he,
Are you all right,
he's-
my little friend?
He nods, and then now that you're actually in this place, your acute hearing sounded like it just fed your imagination more than what it was. The moaning seems now to only be the wind.
Shall we continue on then, gentlemen?
You do see doors on the opposite end.
yes. We'll cautiously continue down the hallway.
All right. You guys can go ahead and move down the hall as much as you'd like. All right.
Alex
you
wastes
see-
0 time.
Alex just goes straight to the other side. Cautiously, but boldly. What do you guys want to do now?
Alex is going to knock on the door, very lightly.
Interesting. Let me see here. Need to check something.
I did say very lightly.
The purpose of a knock is to gain attention.
Yes, but not the attention of literally everything in the area.
Sure.
Nice things in the area only.
Have you ever quietly knocked on a door trying to not wake up the entire room, but see if there was anyone awake just by chance?
Yeah. Probably.
All right. You receive no reply on the knock.
That's kind of a relief. Okay. Shall we see what's beyond then?
Mike, this thing right to Elias's side looks almost like a alcove or a balcony or something. Is that anything or just part of the wall?
Well, normally you wouldn't be able to see that. It's just a regular wall. There's other parts of the map that it would make sense later if you were to reveal more of the map.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, Alex. Let's proceed then.
I don't want to discourage you from making a perception check, but that was kind of a metagame question. I guess.
Uh,
I mean, it
well-
wasn't really. You didn't intend it to be. You're just asking an innocent question, but the answer is
Well,
a
I
metagame
wasn't.
answer.
I wasn't asking. I wasn't asking the question of you. Really, I was asking it of Brent because.
Oh well, I'm talking about Brent's question about the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell if that was like a wall or not.
Yeah.
I'll do a perception check.
Okay.
Just looking around the room anyway.
Ooh, interesting.
It's definitely a wall.
It is definitely a wall, but you said you were just generally also looking around the room.
Yes.
And because of that, you have just you would have totally missed it unless you had rolled a 20 just like you did. You saw a set of pulleys and a rope that run the full length of the corridor along the ceiling. And it looks to be well hidden by all the cobwebs up there. It's also quite dark.
Perhaps that controls the marionette.
Perhaps so. Mark, could you perhaps
Jeeves?
Yeah, Jeeves. that too. Could you perhaps climb up and see what that pulley system is about? Could you make that out?
Sure. Yep, no problem. Alright, I'm gonna shimmy on up there.
He's not just gonna climb, folks. He's gonna shimmy.
Okay.
Okay,
You
what
begin
else
to
do-
shimmy, and
My slippers are shimmying.
as you start to climb up, Mark, you hear the scraping sound of stone against stone, followed by the squeaking of a bat. In the direction of the noise, you see a fanged visage, outstretched claws, and flapping black cape of a vampire bearing down on you from above. A deep, throaty chuckle fills the hall.
Okay.
You've got only a moment to
Alright.
react. What do you want to
I'm
do?
gonna drop back down to the floor and full defense.
Bitch, slap it.
All right, full defense.
Yeah.
Alex is going to use her sunlight from the whip.
All right, the room bursts open in sunlight as this thing is starting to rocket across the entire the hall towards Elias and Jack.
Does the sunlight affect him?
This is all happening extremely quickly, but it does illuminate it in a way to where I'll let you make a spot check. So, perception. All right, and you can easily see that what this is. Apparently, Jeeves scaling the wall and approaching the area he did has somehow set off a what appears to be a marionette that
Oh, thank God.
it's a wooden mannequin that looks exactly like Strahd. It's wearing a black cloak, its fangs are bared, and its arms and clawed fingers are outstretched in a threatening manner as it's flying over towards Elias and Jack. It's attached to a rope that Elias saw, and the sound of the squeaking that you're hearing is the pulleys, and the chuckle, however, is a bit more disturbing, as you don't think that any of this mechanical stuff, or maybe even what set off the trap, is natural.
Alex is going to swat Jeeves.
Well, it was my idea for him to check it out. Something or someone must be controlling this.
It doesn't stop until it reaches the end of the hall, the east end. And then once it reaches the east end, it begins flying backwards towards all of you.
Should we swat it out of the air?
Might as well.
You're going to need at least a reach of 10 feet.
I can't run up the wall and swipe it.
Alex's regular whip has a reach of 10 feet.
It's on the opposite end. It'll get to you last.
Fine.
I'll try to tag it with a Sacred Flame.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't have anything to target.
Just roll in the window. I know what its AC is.
What makes a dexterity save for that?
Oh, interesting.
It's a marionette, though. It's a wooden puppet. Would it have to make a save? Would it get to make a save?
No, I don't think it gets to make a save. Just go ahead and roll
Question of-
damage.
Yeah, it's a question of if I hit it or not, I guess. Alright. Here we go.
All right. You strike it with your holy flame. However, although it damages it, it doesn't destroy it.
Well, maybe Alex can finish it off.
Yes, Mr. Jeeves, anything before you let it pass you?
Can I run up the wall and swipe at it?
I'm going to say just because of your roguish maneuvers, you were planning on doing that as it was turning around, and you had time enough to get up there so you can take an attack at it.
Cool.
There's lots of cobwebs up there, though. You're getting pretty webbed up.
Do we have anything to attack?
No, just roll in the chat window. I'll tell you if you hit it or not.
Nope.
12. No, you actually miss. Alexandra, it's within your whip's range now. That's a
There we
hit.
go.
Alright, she's going to send her first whip a sharp lash across the rope that's supporting it.
Okay.
So at the very least, she's just going to knock it to the floor.
Yeah, this is more kind of like an attack of opportunity. So you just get one attack. Is that what you want to do with it?
Yeah. She
Okay.
just wants to knock it to the floor so it stops zooming back and forth.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, that's definitely enough to pop the rope, and it crashes down onto the floor, unmoving and useless, and slightly scorched with holy fire. Or light, and I'm not sure if it's fire. Can't remember what
It's
your
fire.
effect is.
Well, that took care of that, gentlemen. Shall we proceed?
It's definitely louder than a timid knock that you did earlier.
Jeeves, were you able to see anything else up there? Was it just this thing?
Cobwebs. But no, it'll happen pretty quickly, so I didn't get a good chance to look.
You can go look if you'd like.
Yeah.
Please do.
I'll go take another look.
I'm wondering which rooms it connects to.
Can I tell? Ugh.
What are you looking for exactly?
Just for the source of this system.
Yeah, you saw that it was probably likely on its way back up to reset. But with your knowledge of traps, it looked like it worked a lot like a trap. And you're still not sure what set it off, but you think that it was on its return trip to reset in case anyone in the future could set it off.
Okay.
You understand it pretty well, other than what made the sound and what triggers it.
Does he see anything else up there, Mr. Jeeves?
There's nothing up on the ceiling.
All right.
No, nothing else.
All right. Well, I guess that just leaves the door then.
Just really quick, out of curiosity, how far are you guys away from Oklahoma?
Far.
Shit. Okay, never mind. I'll let you know why I asked later.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing with this door?
Let's proceed.
All right, I guess you're opening it.
Guess so.
All right. Ladies first. Belmont's first.
Oh, look, more doors.
Yes, as you enter, if you'd like to, I'll describe the room.
Can she peek inside before she actually steps in?
Yeah, you see double doors on the other side, directly across from you, only 10 feet ahead. And between those two doors, there's a 10-foot wide corridor that stretches north and south.
A random corridor.
Yeah. As you peek in, you also see at each end of this hall, floating in the darkness, is a human skeleton clad in the rusted armor and tattered livery of a castle guard.
Oh, they're just floating there, are they?
Doesn't appear like you've been noticed, being very still.
Jack, what do you make of this?
Let's see Jack's perception. Ooh, he rolled a 20. He says, I think they would have noticed us if they were any real harm. I don't see that they're moving. Not sure that they're a threat. Only how Jack would say that, because that sounded like me and not Jack.
It sounded
Okay,
solid. Yeah.
Yeah. As you enter the hall, you see that they don't take any notice of you.
Elias will roll perception once he's inside that little area.
All right.
And Alex will curtsy politely to one of them, and then
Okay.
the other.
Pretty good roll, Elias. I'll say that you can see that these are held together with wire. It looks like they're hanging from something that you can't quite see, but you think that they're either strung up or hung on something. But all of these bones are wired together. These skeletons aren't just magically whole skeletons.
Gotcha.
All right. Now what?
Shall we proceed again, Alex?
Indeed.
All right. You open the door to reveal a very large room. Reveal that now. Hold on a second. I'm being generous with your light, but
We forgive you.
okay. Dim light from the courtyard falls into this great hall through broken glass and iron latticework of a large window in the west wall. This immense room is a place of chilly, brooding darkness. Empty iron sconces dot the walls. Hundreds of dust-laden cobwebs drape the hall, hiding the ceiling from view. Directly across from the window stand a set of double doors in the east wall. Farthest south, a single door also leads from the east wall. Staircases on both ends of the north wall lead downward. And At the far southern end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. The high-backed throne faces south, away from most of the room.
Hmm.
The eastern doors I mentioned are the doors that you're at, the double doors. There's another single door on the east wall, and then there's 2 staircases that go down. And then, of course, the window that goes out to the courtyard, which you can see out of.
Both staircases go down?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Alex is wandering quite far in.
Well,
I see that.
What's everybody doing?
Perception of this room. Hold
What
on.
Yeah.
specifically? Just a general cursory look?
signs of life. Or on life.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, so 13 are just general looking around and trying to figure out what this room could be.
Sure. You think that it's probably meant to be an audience hall, although you find it odd that the throne is facing the opposite direction that one would normally have an audience with.
He'll also go over to the courtyard area and see if he can look out the window and see anything.
Sure. As you look down below, you see where you had first come in, so you know that down below you is the entryway. Down below, you see as far as you can in the pelting rain. You can just kind of make out the drawbridge in the distance.
Let's see. Okay. Well, that's all for what he's doing. What about the rest of the party?
Alex wants to check out this throne, see if there's anything interesting or special about it. Why it's facing that different direction.
Sure.
Because Strahd sitting on it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Roll a perception check for the chair. Natural 20.
Ooh,
Um,
26.
As you look at the chair, you don't notice anything really about this throne that sticks out other than its placement. And because you were specifically interested in its placement, you think about what maybe it was looking at, as if the person who sat there would be staring at a wall all day, which brings your attention to a specific part of the wall directly across from this throne. You think that you may have found some sort of secret there.
Oh. Well, okay then.
Yeah, let me read a little more about it. Yeah, there's lots of dust and cobwebs there, but you've definitely found some sort of secret door.
Alex is going to slowly brush away the cobwebs and dust.
Okay. As you do so, you're pretty sure that you know how to open it, if that's what you wish to do.
Jack! Elias!
Yes? What's up?
I found something. A secret door. Hidden in the wall here behind the cobwebs.
Interesting. I was wondering why the throne was facing away from the entrance.
As was I. Well, let's see what this room contains.
Alright, you push on the stone and it gives way. Beyond, This long, narrow corridor runs east to west. Cobwebs fill the hall, obstructing sight beyond a few feet.
Can Alex shine her light from the whip
Sure.
to reveal a little more?
The whip just reveals very thick cobwebs. You'll have to move slowly, pushing the cobwebs out of the way to see much more than I've already revealed.
Maybe we should come back to this hallway later, gentlemen.
Well, let's have a look now. Elias can step in with his light as well.
All right. You'll have to push a certain direction, so go ahead and move where you'd like to be.
All right, over here.
All right. Looks like a corner turns to your right, and then it seems to open up a bit more afterwards. So
Yeah, I could tell that much.
So would you like to go north or west?
Let me call the other guys in here. For now, I'm going to go north because I think that would have the least over there.
All right. The castle courtyard is visible through arrow slits in the walls here. Each arrow slit is 2 feet tall and 4 inches wide. Looks like a very defensible area overlooking the courtyard.
All right. Elias will search the floor near the windows.
You don't find anything of interest?
Whoops. I didn't mean to roll that twice.
That's okay. It was basically the same.
You only
result.
did slightly better.
I know, right?
Slightly less horrible.
Hey guys, come in here and check this room out. I don't see anything, but it seems like there might be something on the floor.
You do find a bit of debris. Nothing of real note. There's
Because 7, 8, 9.
there seems to be just a bit of discarded old like cups, broken dishes. Looks like the weather is blown in. Dishery. Yeah, but nothing of real value here.
The dishery is in disarray.
Dishery isn't disarray.
That's because it was afraid of our number puns.
Hey, Jeeves, could you give one more look over here?
Sure.
Thanks. Maybe at least some silverware.
No electrum sporks.
Hey, there's a better one.
Mr. Jeeves, you have a very keen eye for discovering anything of value here, and that's what makes you absolutely sure that there's nothing worth your time. But you do get to see out into the courtyard that the storm has picked up a bit. You can also tell how dark it's getting.
It's stormy and dark.
That 8 hours rest that you took is it's definitely putting you onto the sunset side of the clock.
So it's a dark and stormy night, is what you're saying.
Yes.
It will be soon.
It was a dark and stormy night.
When you come into this next area, a high domed ceiling caps the 30-foot wide octagonal room before you. Frescoes faded with age adorn the ceiling, but their images are impossible to make out. Tall, thin arrow slits look out over the courtyard.
This room looks completely barren as well. But I'll roll for it just to make sure. And oh wow.
Well, Mr. Jeeves sees outside a little bit more. I can just reveal a bit more of the courtyard. You can see the
Elias
castle
gets
walls
a
out
face full of
beyond.
cobwebs.
Elias mistakenly shines his light directly into his eyes and blinds himself for a few seconds.
All right. Well, nothing of note here, guys.
Oh wow, that's a good view.
This is a pretty good view.
I like the kind of bluish lights there. Alright, then to the east.
All right.
Alex's turn.
To forge through the cobwebs. Elias left a pretty Elias-sized hole in the previous one.
Well, Alex is only 5'2", so the rest of them will still be getting facefuls of cobwebs.
Okay. But you begin to forge ahead until you discover at the end of this hall a stairwell. The long, hollow sigh of the wind breathes semblance of life into this otherwise featureless staircase. It looks like
The
it goes.
staircase going up or down.
It goes up.
Check for traps.
Go ahead. Always a wise move. You feel like there's no traps here.
Okay.
All right, upwards you go.
Onwards and upward.
All right. Time for loading of large images. Huh. Am I dyslexic? Are these K46? That's not the right area.
I was thinking a dungeon would be like going down, not up.
Hmm?
Well, Emil might be a prisoner,
Oh,
so I would think if he was held prisoner here, Strahd would keep him in a dungeon, wouldn't he?
it's true. Do you
Dungeons
wanna-
are usually in the top part of a castle.
So do you want to ascend this stair or not?
I mean, yes, but
All
we
right.
have to find the bones of the dragon after all. I have no idea where those could be. That might be hiding up in a tower somewhere.
K46. Okay, yeah, this is the right area. It's just it says K64, but that's where you guys are at. K64 to K46. I just was having a dyslexic moment there.
I'm just trying to keep focused on the main tasks.
Well, even from the chapel area, we climbed stairs from there. So we've already gone up a little bit. Three rooms of weeping.
3, yeah, that's level 3. The Rooms of Weeping is the name of the image.
Well, shit, that doesn't sound good.
It's Ravenloft, you know. Nothing's good here.
Well, yes, nothing is good, but we had this discussion earlier. There's significant levels that differ in suffering.
All right. You stand on a 10-foot wide walkway when you exit the stairwell, and that encircles most of the keep. The drizzle of rain continues, punctuated by the occasional clap of thunder or stroke of lightning. Far below these parapets are the shining, wet cobblestones of the courtyard.
That was very loud.
So you'll have to let me know which directions you're planning to explore here, so I know what to reveal.
Well,
Is there a
that looks
wall?
like a wall. Yeah, that looks like a wall right there to the right of us. So
Yeah, to the immediate west is a wall.
I guess I'll say south. We're down here.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like these parapets continue south for quite a ways.
diddlum, 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 diddlum.
All right. Continuing, you see it. The wall grows a little larger here. Takes a long time to reveal this image. This is so big. I think they made progress with the Unity version of Fantasy Grounds. I can't wait till the next version of the program.
Hmm. This is a pretty big area, huh?
Yeah, you think that you're at the top of most of the walls around Ravenloft now that encircle the keep. Elias, roll a perception check. Alexandra as well.
Uh-oh.
All right, both of you in the very far distance, at the just edge of your sight in the drizzle, you see a walking set of armor. It looks to be slowly coming your direction, as if it's on patrol.
Hmm.
I
Shall
say
we-
we turn back before that thing notices us.
I agree. Shall we look the other direction?
Look the other way.
I think we can leave that up to the boys. I think we should just meet back up in the middle.
Elias will a little bit more quickly look over in this direction and see if it's any different down there.
It's just parapet as far as you can see.
Hmm. Well, we could go back up where we came from and look over to the other side.
That sounds like as good a plan as any.
Yeah, that way we... Depends on where the armor makes its patrol, but... Yeah, we'll go up here.
And assuming there's only one of them.
Right.
You found a window, Elias. It's locked, however... let me see if you can see anything in from there. The windows are shut, and I believe there's curtains in the way here. Can't really see anything in that room.
Jeeves,
Yes, ma'am.
would you mind using your skills to unlock this, please?
Give it a try. Oh,
Yeah, Jeeves
looks at it.
just looks at it and it pops open. No, you find that your thieves' tool's running them up just the right spot of the frame of the window. You've popped the lock. You made it look like a child's play doing so, and you can open the window and move the curtains to the side. When you do, let me see what happens.
Oh, Lord.
Just by a peek, it looks like that you're viewing a dining area. There's a long table with chairs here. When you open the window, a pungent smell of decay wafts out at you.
How is that different from pretty much every other room we've explored thus far?
Well, we were outside, so I guess it could be,
It's
Nice.
noteworthy.
yeah.
It's a noteworthy decaying smell. Unless you wanted to take a more obvious peek in or enter the room, that's the most that you'll get out of the description. It's just a long table with a lot of chairs. You can see stuff on the table, but it's hard to make out without just totally moving the curtains to the side. What would you like to do?
Unless you see anything pressing, Jeeves, I suppose we continue on.
Any dishery worth thieving?
It's hard to tell unless he takes a more obvious look inside.
We'll see if you can do this window then.
There is indeed a window there. But what would Mr. Jeeves like to do?
Yeah, it's up to him.
I'm gonna jump into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
You jump
Classic.
into the room, and as soon as you do, dust assaults your lungs. A sweet yet pungent smell of decay fills this room. in the center of which stands a long oak table. A blanket of dust covers the tabletop, and its fine china and silverware. There you go, some dishery. In the center of this table, a long tiered cake leans heavily to one side. The once white frosting has turned green with age. Cobwebs hang like dusty lace around every side of the cake. A single doll figure of a well-dressed woman adorns the crust of the cake. Suspended above is a web-shrouded chandelier of forged iron. An arched window in the south wall that you came in through was draped with heavy curtains. Resting in a wooden stand by the window is a dusty lute, and standing quietly in the southwest corner is a tall harp shrouded in cobwebs.
Alrighty.
You're not taking the harp home.
It might fit in the bag. Don't see any signs of life. Or
Give me
unlife.
a second here. You notice that the toy figure of the groom from the top of the cake was cast on the floor long ago.
Ooh. Someone's disgruntled.
You should put it back.
Well, he didn't touch it. He sees it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You should pick it up off the floor and put it back.
You touched the big old green cake.
I'm good.
You don't have to touch the cake itself.
Alex, you can do so if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you, dear.
You guys having a dinner party in there?
She's not going to touch the cake itself. She's just going to put the groom gently back on where it should have been, next to the bride.
All right.
You know you want some big old dusty green cake.
I am not eating this. It's disgusting.
Okay. Give me a second here to read. It looks like something had burst out of the cake.
Oh,
Because you see parts of it, chunks of the moldy cake on the floor.
Ooh. I didn't know they had those kind of bachelor parties back then.
Either way, I did what I wanted to do, so now I'm leaving this room.
You think that, as you see it here, you think that the burst part of the cake is very recent. In fact, you may have heard it as soon as you had touched that that groom doll. You heard a weird little pop sound. So
Ooh.
you think something may have popped out of that cake recently.
Oh gosh.
Not the kind of cake pop you want.
The harp looks quite impressive in the corner.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, it looks to be fashioned of dark stained wood carved with images of hearts and roses. Its taut strings are made of gut.
And the loot.
Let's see here. The lute, though old and covered in dust, looks like it survived the passage of time. You think that it may even be of some kind of magical nature due to how it's preserved.
Jack, have a look at this.
Jack comes in and looks at the lute and says, let me check this here. He says, yes, this is definitely radiating some sort of magical aura.
talented man that you are, perhaps you could have some use for it.
He says, this looks like it's more useful to a bard, not really to someone in my profession.
Well, you're a man of song. Are you sure?
I don't mind holding on to it. Alright, so I will add this to his inventory unless someone else wants it. It does look to be quite wondrous.
I can't picture anybody else using it.
Right. I can't either, to be honest. I just want to make the offer clear because he's not here. And it's loot. Loot.
Loot,
Get it?
it's
It's
a-
loot.
It's a loot.
We looted that loot, absolutely.
Wow, you've been sitting on that one for a while.
No, I just thought of it.
That's quite clever. Your puns are the best. Sometimes they get on my nerves, other times, not so much.
They don't get on your nerves, ever.
They're pretty bad sometimes, dude.
No, that's because your sense of humor hasn't evolved. No.
Okay. You're right. The problem is me. I can't appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. So Jack has the loot now. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I
Climb
see.
out the window.
All right. Alex is climbing out the window.
Well,
Mr.
let's
James?
make a note. Let's make a note that there are other doors here if we need somewhere else we have to get away from the guard.
Indeed, there are 3 doors here: north, east, and south. I mean, north, east, and west.
Yeah.
Mr. Jeeves, there is dishery.
Is it worth anything?
It does look quite fine. You're not sure if you could find a buyer.
Mm.
When Elias did his perception check, he didn't happen to notice what had popped out of the cake, did he?
No. You just noticed that it looks like something has recently burst out of it.
Okay.
Recently?
Yep.
Yeah, and Alexandra, I think
Messed
she
up.
heard a pop when she grabbed that groom doll. Now, what did you do with the groom's doll, Alex? Did you put it back on the...
Literally just put it back on top of the cake right next to the bride doll.
I see.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Well, whoever throwed it on the ground to begin with probably won't like it. Mike is being very quiet.
Yes, he is. That's disturbing.
I just wish Logan was here.
I have to get him to listen at least.
All right. So, what's going on, guys? What are you doing?
We're moving on to the next window.
All right, peering in the next window. Let's see if we can see anything here. These windows are intact, and they don't really have any curtains, so you can see in pretty clearly. It appears that on the opposite wall there are curtains, and you can't really see inside very well. But you do see walls lined with hooks, iron hooks.
Hmm.
Right. These
Hmm.
hooks.
They don't look particularly menacing, though. They look more
Like-
useful.
Like drapery and furniture hooks or meat hooks?
Looks like you'd hang clothes on.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, there are very, very vast differences between those two types of hooks.
Indeed. I wanted to be clear. So, either way, on the opposite end of the window to the north, you see red satin drapes. that are hanging in an archway.
Is the window open?
No, it's locked.
Perhaps not for long.
Oh,
Or, yeah, no, it's going to stay glued shut.
yep.
Just when he thought he was good.
Elias, roll a perception check.
That's why I was over here. Oh dear.
All right, Elias, you were caught unaware as you were trying to kind of keep an eye out, but before you could do so in a way that would allow you to see the guard, it saw you first.
The patrol caught up with us.
Yes, so everyone roll initiative.
Aw. Yeah, I was waiting to my turn to say I was looking out for him, but it wouldn't matter either way.
Yeah, it would have mattered. You kind of told me in hindsight, but let's see.
Oh.
I mean, you were purposely there for that reason. Go ahead and make that perception check again. I'll give you advantage on it since that's what you're intending on doing. I don't think that you said that just because of what I just did.
Oh no, I didn't.
No, no.
You said with advantage.
I know. What I meant was you would have had advantage on the first time. But I'll count this. That's fine. Basically, you just made 3 rolls for the same thing.
2.
No, you made 3. You rolled 3 d20s. Because I
Yeah,
asked
when
the
you roll
first
with
time.
advantage, it adds a second dice.
Right. Rolling with advantage just means you make it twice. I'm sorry. I wasn't clear. It's my communication that's the problem, not your rolling. I'm sorry. It's me. Okay, I will say that you see each other at the same time, though. So there's no surprise round. Well, that was the kind of same thing before, though.
It doesn't matter.
He's not running at you and already attacking.
And it's dark and storming, so I mean, you know.
All right, so Elias, you'll be going first. And I will place this. It was actually pretty close.
Oh, actually, I forgot I rolled perception earlier. That's why I did it twice there.
Yeah. It's fine, man. It's my bad. It's not the first time that we've encountered this. I should have been aware that happens. But you can see it on the parapet, or you should be able to. I don't know why it disappeared. Let me just throw it out here again.
Yeah, I saw it for a second. There it is.
Yeah, I don't know where it went. That's really weird.
Strahd's animated armor.
Oh, Lord.
Well, maybe you could wear it after we, defeat it. Or maybe I could. Yeah.
It's probably cursed.
It's
Well.
carrying a great sword that you see.
All right, and how far away is it?
I'm gonna say it is 30 feet away from you, if you include the parapet, like a direct line.
How tall are parapets?
That's a great question. The crenellations on the top of the parapets aren't extremely high. I would say probably about 3 feet high.
Okay. So
No, they're more like man height, so they can give you cover if you're firing arrows down.
Yeah, I would say at least 4.5.
Yeah, it's definitely more like that. You could take these as full cover from down below.
I gotcha. Okay.
But you can kind of see it from where you're at. You noticed it.
Right. I'm gonna try a Sacred Flame on.
All right, it failed its save.
All right. Good damage.
Yeah, pretty good damage. Any movement?
Elias will stand his ground because I don't think I can get to him and make an attack.
Very well, Mr. Jeeves.
Limited armor. I'm gonna hold my turn.
Okay. Then the animated armor will go. And it does have a speed of 30 feet. But let's see how far it can get here. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to stop right here just until it gets a good line of sight with Elias. And it's going to unleash a shocking bolt at you.
Oh, really?
However, it misses. Dang. That's disappointing. Everything misses Elias. Alexandra, it's your turn.
Okay, well, there's no escaping this battle, I suppose. She's going to move up to it, and she's going to begin her attacks
Alright.
after she summons her sunlight.
Alright. You instantly bring the sun. Doesn't look like it has any negative effects on this creature. But you can see. That's a hit.
For sure, yeah.
Actually, you said it's carrying a greatsword?
Yes.
She's going to try to disarm it.
Alright. Let's see. Does it have to make a save?
Yeah, DC of strength 16, I think.
Oh, it's good at strength. However, it rolled terribly, so it fails its save. So, how do we make a disarm effective? That's one of the things that I'm having an issue with in this edition. Because what's the point of disarming it and it falls just by its feet and it just picks it up in the next round?
I know. I was thinking Alex could disarm it by having the whip yank it out of his hand and fling it towards her companions.
I'm gonna say, let's see, how many directions do we have here? 8, if we consider the compass. Roll a
could toss
d8, starting with 1 going north, and we'll determine which way this thing flies. This weapon flies. Alright, so north, northeast, east, southeast. So it flies southeast. Kind of, you snap its hand and its weapon lands 5 feet away from it, behind it, and kind of to the right side. So it will actually have to leave its your threatening range to grab it on its turn. How's that?
Which would incur an attack of opportunity, which means I get 3 attacks. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 1 superiority die. And she's just gonna straight out attack it now, while it's disarmed.
Good thing it wasn't any closer to the parapet. That's a hit.
I forgot
Alright.
to ask, is this thing undead?
No, it doesn't have a head or anything. It just looks like an animated set of armor. I'll show you a picture here. I think I've got one.
Well, that's creepy.
Nice.
Hmm.
Okay, then. That will be her turn for now, I guess.
All right, very well.
Now that she's next to it, I'm gonna take a shot.
Well, it's gonna be. Oh, you held your turn, so go ahead.
Yeah.
That was good thinking on your part. However,
Yeah.
Mark,
Uh-oh. Yeah.
the rain is obscuring your vision a little.
Oh, okay.
I think that you would have to get a little closer to get a sneak attack in.
And
That
it's
was
a pretty,
still a good shot, though.
and it's a pretty odd angle too.
Yeah, I would just say move first. Get up there towards Alex. Her light provides bright light within a certain range. So if you were to get right where you're at, I think that I'll allow the sneak attack then.
Alright, I'm within 15 feet of her, so that should be enough light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the whip's light range is 30 feet.
Ooh, it's,
Oh my
good.
god, I'm one.
Oh.
Oh no, too many ones. All right. Next up, unless you have anything else, it'll be Eliza's turn or Jack's turn next. Anything you want to do with
Nope,
your turn?
I'm just gonna move to one side just a little bit.
Okay,
Jack
okay.
can get in there.
All right. Let me look at Jack's repertoire here. He likes Tasha's hideous laughter, but he's not sure it would work on something like this.
He also likes using Eldritch Blast a lot.
He does like to use Eldritch Blast a lot. I think that that's what we'll do here. Let me.
He hasn't used Shadow Blade in a while, though.
Yeah,
That's just
Or
fucking
Green
cool
Flame
wall.
Blade, for that matter.
that's better when two things are next to each other.
All right. It says I have to make a ranged spell attack against the target. I'm not sure how he normally does that. I would probably think it's just his proficiency plus his dexterity modifier. Four,
It
five,
should be on
six,
his character
7.
sheet to just drag it on top of the enemy.
Where's it at on the
Right.
character sheet? I'm not used to playing from a character's sheet.
Under abilities, spells.
Abilities, spell. Okay, I mean, I have the spell here, but.
It doesn't expand to show anything.
Oh, I didn't expand it. Oh, okay. I see. It missed. Well, he normally does 2. Let me see.
Yeah, I think he gets 2 of those.
Spell creates more than one beam when you reach higher levels. 2 beams at 5th level, 3 beams at 11th, and 4 at 17. You can direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. Make separate attack rolls for each beam. Okay, so 2 beams. This will be the second one. He missed it again. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm rolling terrible for you tonight. Alright, so that's his actions. Elias, you'll be next. And I need to find us some more music.
Okay. Well, I'll be doing another Sacred Flame.
It failed its save.
Alright.
Alright. Some radiant damage slams down into the hollow set of armor.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Back to you, Jeeves.
Alright, same again. Or maybe not.
That might hit. I'm not sure.
No, it missed.
Dang it.
Sorry.
Alright, must be done.
All right, trying to play this arcade soundtrack didn't work earlier, but I'll try it again.
Well, it's processing.
All right, Mr. Jeeves, you've missed, and then Strahd's armor. Let's see. Does it have to do anything? It has to be with a greatsword, I believe. Don't think his shocking thing. Let me read a little bit more. If he can shock without that sword. Oh, he can actually. He's just going to attempt to shock Alexandra. Alex, are you wearing any metal armor, or is all yours leather?
Hers is all leather.
Okay. In that case, it's...
Remember, we decided against the chain shirt.
Uh-huh. In that case, it misses you with its attack. And-
Okay, I'm glad I missed the chain shirt then.
Oh, wait a minute. Does it get multi-attack? I think it does. Yeah, it does. Oh, man. It does another one. I missed an attack on you guys earlier because I didn't realize it had that. But it misses again. Alex is dodging electrical bolts from this animated armor left and right. Alex, it's your turn now.
Did it try to move away to get its sword back or no?
No, it just tried zapping you, and instead it missed twice.
Okay then.
That's a hit.
Maximum damage.
Yes, good damage. You see part of the armor fly off over the parapet.
Damn.
That's a miss, however. Anything else?
No, that'll do it for now. Oh shit. Yeah, okay.
All right. I don't want Jack to take all the glory, so Elias, you go ahead.
How bad is it looking? Does it look like it's
Well,
almost
Alex
done?
just popped part of it off and over the parapet below.
It's in red.
Yeah, I don't think my melee could actually finish it, but I'm gonna try.
Poke it.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke it. So Elias will set his shield down for a second to use the lance with two hands,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how to roll damage for two-handed.
Well, I can help you with that if I have enough time to do so.
Well, I can just roll 2d8s in the chat window, I guess.
I don't... It's versatile. It's a D8.
Right.
So it's normally
So-
D6. If you use it with two hands, it's a D8.
Right, so 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do that. Well, I gotta try
You have to
get
hit it first.
I was thinking too hard about that.
That's
I'm still
a
getting
miss.
disadvantage on
Oh.
attack roll.
Well, make another try. Wait, no, don't. It tells me what you dropped. You dropped a
drop
13.
13 plus 6 is 19.
No, I think it's modified.
Oh.
Let me just check its AC. No, that misses. Man, I can't believe it's still doing that, and we haven't done anything about it. We really need to figure that out. Maybe after tonight's game, we should try to focus on that more.
I think
Or
it affected Jack as well.
really?
It did, yeah, it did for a time. I remember the last game.
Oh, is that why we had to remake his character from scratch one time?
No.
Maybe.
And he can have a turn now too.
Well, I would really like to continue, but I must go to the bathroom real quick. I don't know why the music's not playing, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
He can have his turn, but I mean, that would be taking away the glory in case somebody else wanted to finish him off. Somebody's actually here.
Well, he may not hit it. But I think Mike wants to actually hit us with the damn thing too.
I know, I feel bad. I feel like we should be playing elevator music or something to fill the void while he's not around.
Play some Jeopardy.
Do 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 do.
That might be what Mike is doing. Some
Okay, I'm back.
Oh my god, Brent, seriously?
Did I miss a great pun?
No, it was a really, really bad one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's right. It was.
This is one of those ones that probably would make you cringe and facepalm. And roll your eyes all at the same time.
April contributed to it.
I did not. I was singing the Jeopardy theme song. You're the one who took it to that level.
Oh boy. All right.
Anyway.
Well, I would really like to find some more music for us to.
It'll start just when you don't expect it to.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just let it do its thing. No music. I can hear the Castlevania music in my mind. Mr. Jeeves, go next.
Yes. Come on.
Oh,
It's a hit.
Yeah, that
no.
was one away from being a crit.
That's my successful. Come on.
Hmm.
Well, with the sneak attack, it's probably enough anyway.
We can help. As long as I don't get too many ones.
Jesus.
2 ones again.
16? Alright.
The arrow
Same as-
stabs into the chest of the creature, and it stumbles back a couple of feet. But then at the last moment, before you think it topples over the parapet, it regains its composure. Almost enough to finish it there.
16 was the same as last time.
Can't be, man, because you missed last time, right?
Well, the last time I hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your point? Am I missing
Yeah.
something?
No
I rolled
point.
3 ones last time, but 2 ones. No, carry on.
All right. Next up, the animated armor. It'll attempt to. Let's see. What does it want? Unless you didn't really get it hit in. Alex has done a lot of damage to it, and Mr. Jeeves has too. I'm gonna say Alex. It chooses you. A couple of shocking bolts your direction.
I choose you, Pikachu.
Oh my God! It critical hit.
Uh-oh.
A streak of lightning jabs Alexandra very painfully in the side. 25 points of damage as you were wounded from that.
She can take it.
And sure, why not share the love with Elias as well? It turns another shocking bolt at him.
And
He
missed.
is wearing metal.
Yes, so it gets advantage. But it misses anyway because Elias is unhittable. So overpowered. Anyways, good God,
Bravo.
dude. Yeah. It misses its second hit, but Alexandra is definitely feeling the blast. It's your turn now, however, Alex. You've disarmed it. It's down to pretty much no health.
She cringes from the shock of the bolt and gets right back up, brushes it off, and brandishes her whip.
All right. It's a hit. All right. How do you want to do this?
She's going to swing the whip at an arc over her head and slash all of the lashes directly across the chest of the creature, hoping to crack the armor open and release whatever spirit inside is inhabiting it.
All right. Excellent. Yes, as you do, you hear a wail echo into the night as whatever incorporeal form burst out through its busted chest plate as all the armor clatters to the wet stone parapet. Good job.
Now she's going to inspect the armor, see if any part of it is mystical or useful.
Okay. Let's see here.
Including the great sword.
Yes, including the sword.
There's the music, guys. Just out of nowhere.
I swear to God, this thing trolls you on purpose.
It looks like it's a animated suit of plate armor. So, if you have use for plate armor, you think that aside
Well,
from the
suppose-
gas you just put into it, it
It's
could be used.
repairable.
Some Strahd armor.
It is painted burgundy and adorned with golden angelic motifs.
Well, that sounds cool.
I thought you didn't like red, Elias.
It sounds like his original artwork, doesn't it? No, I'm not the biggest fan of the color, but plate armor could be useful.
Can you wield it?
I could.
Elias, on further inspection, you can tell this was Strahd's personal armor that he himself wore.
In that case, I might have to pass.
Yeah, your familiarity with his journal and the crests on the cover of it, you can definitely see that this is more than just guard armor. This is his personal armor that he wore into battle.
Well, we should at least collect the pieces and prevent it from reanimating.
Hmm.
I'm gonna check out the sword.
Sure, it just looks like a standard great sword. However, the engravings on it match the armor. It's adorned in the same colors and patterns.
I suppose I'll hold on to that then.
All right, you can put Strahd's greatsword in your inventory, and I will give you a greatsword link.
Oh my god.
If I can spell. Yeah, it's 2d6 slashing heavy two-handed weapon. Come on, you laggy program. I ain't got on that. I'm just going to throw it directly into your inventory, actually. There you go.
Yay.
All right. Guys are on the drizzly parapet here. What would you like to do now? The last thing you were doing before you were interrupted was looking into the room that had the curtains on the other side and the clothes hooks on the walls.
Yes, and there was more of the outside to look around as well.
Mm-hmm.
Elias, I'm feeling a little charred. Do you have anything that could help?
I do, of course. Just a moment. How's that?
Much better, thank you. Shall we continue on, gentlemen?
We shall.
All right, Elias, as you near the west area, you can kind of see this entire parapet turns a corner, and you can see that you can actually climb up a ladder here to a more higher advantage. If you're a castle defender, you think it'd be very useful.
I'll take a look.
There's another window here.
Indeed, there is.
What? Just to remind me, what did you guys decide to do with the armor?
We were going to collect it, I guess, and we were going to distribute it amongst all of us so it couldn't reanimate.
Huh. Okay. Noted. So you have looted it, but separately.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, Mr. Jeeves effortlessly climbs up this ladder and peers out over the parapet. You can see the entire courtyard below. Even in the drizzly rain, this is a great vantage point. You can even see a bit farther behind you, around the corner. Just off into the very far distance, you're able to see probably the inside walls of how far the parapets go out, which I can reveal that way. Just takes forever. There you go. Looking in the other window, you see kind of the mirrored image of the previous window, Alex. It looks like more satin drapes adorn an archway on the opposite side of the window.
Jeeves, do you think you could manage to get this window open?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
No, this one's a little bit more tricky.
Could he try with advantage if she was helping him? She's pretty dexterous.
No, just one person can pick a lock.
Yeah, not a team sport, huh?
Looking for trouble, Elias.
Or seeing if trouble is looking for us. Looks like there's another window up here if he'd like to try that one or give that one another go.
It's up to you, Jeeves.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll try this one or whatever. Which one you want?
Give it one more go.
That's just enough to go ahead and open that window. So it's unlocked
Right.
now.
Here you go, Elias.
He steps out of the way.
I love how he volunteers you to go first.
What? He was encouraging me. Not that I need much encouragement, but
Well, I think it was Alex that asked you to do that.
Right, I'll hop through.
Okay. Um, the function of this room becomes quite clear as soon as you enter.
Oh lord, that doesn't sound good.
It's where all the puppets are hanging at night.
The walls here are lined with iron hooks upon which hang black capes and formal wear. Two arched windows
coat
in the
rack.
south are covered by heavy curtains.
Hey, we're getting ready for the rituals and stuff.
Oh, it actually looks more like formal wear.
Oh,
You see many sets of fine clothes. And capes. Lots of capes.
Alex doesn't see anything.
Alex is blasted by fashion sense as all of these ancient things have gone way out of fashion. It's very confusing and disorienting. You're disgusted.
These all went out of style last decade.
Let's have Jeeves do a perception check.
Oh, Mr. Jeeves, you see that it appears that the red satin curtains on the north may lead to another room.
that makes sense. Can I hear anything behind it?
Let me check. You don't hear anything.
But you have to think about it.
Because I never know where you guys are going next, I pretty much have to read all room descriptions and stuff to myself before I decide on what's going to happen.
True. All right, we're gonna leave here. We're gonna go back to Kresk, and then we're gonna go to the bar, and we're gonna.
Now, that's how you play D&D.
Quick question though. How are you going to get back into Kresk? We've been banned, remember?
Yeah, they're not too keen on you folks.
Oh yeah.
You can sneak in there somehow.
I can pretty much walk invisibly. Okay.
You can climb walls and stuff.
So are we checking out what's
Can I
behind these
check for any
curtains?
kind of traps? Yeah, we'll check for traps or anything. Any kind of mechanisms.
You don't see anything very special here. You rolled a good perception check, but you weren't specifically looking for anything in particular. If you were to tell me I'm pushing behind these clothes and checking out the wall behind them, or things that are very specific,
Sure.
then then there's always a chance that there might be some environmental thing that's just tucked away. But that's only to encourage active exploration in place of just saying, I'm in this room, I'll do a perception check. So those things are very valid in this game, but you don't think there's anything here. I'll be generous and
Okay.
just tell you, as far as on this side of the curtains, there's nothing really in this room but clothes.
Elias will browse through the clothes to see if he can find anything noteworthy about them.
Okay, roll a perception check. And then, Mr. Jeeves, did you just poke your head through the curtain?
Just my eyeballs.
Just your eyeballs. Okay.
He just ripped his eyes out of his head and shoved them through the curtain.
In a stealthy kind of way, I stick my head through.
Elias, you're pretty confident you've looked through there. You've not even found anything interesting in the pockets of those. Mr. Jeeves, just peeking beyond the curtain without really moving it, You do see a vanity directly on the other side of this, with an ornate rug, a chair pulled up to the vanity. It looks like this is where some woman may make herself up.
Mm-hmm. A powder room of sorts. Okay.
Okay, well, Alex is going to check this curtain then.
All right. Did you want her to disturb the curtains or just peek like Mr. Jeeves did?
Just peek like Jeeves did.
The most interesting thing that you can see is that there's a door that looked like it may lead to the dining room that you saw in the previous window.
But what?
Well, might as well step through the curtain then. Or push it back at least so we can see further into the room.
All right. As you push the curtain to the side, you can see pretty much everything that's not directly out of your line of sight. So you see a set of double doors on the opposite end of the room, on the north end. You smell a coppery smell. As you step further in, I will reveal the entire room. Red satin curtains hang in the archways at both ends of the south wall in this dark room, which is where you came from. Between them, in the center of this chamber, stands a large ornate tub with clawed feet. The tub is full of blood.
Oh, fuck
Bloodless.
this. Fuck this.
It's bloodless.
Yeah. This would be Bloodless's room in Bloodstain. Absolutely.
I'm going to go check the vanity, see if there's anything of value.
I'm right here. I can check it.
Both Mr. Jeeves and Alexandra both start in competition rummaging around the vanity. And you don't find anything too interesting here. Nothing that's really worth taking. Just
That's
common
okay.
items that you would find for keeping yourself pretty.
Elias will examine the tub.
How would you like to do so?
Just getting closer and looking at it for now.
Just peering into it, it just looks like it's full of blood.
Well, I'm certainly not going to get inside it. I guess I could. Is there any anything connected to it as far as where the blood could be coming from, or is it just like put inside it?
You can poke the spear into the water, try to dispel it.
It doesn't appear as if it came out of the faucet.
Did any of us think to look at the ceiling?
Oh, yeah.
The ceiling is very nicely tiled and kind of mirrors the roundness of the floor below before it flattens out in most of this room. But there's nothing of real interest here on the ceiling.
Okay.
Elias will look inside the tub to see if anything's inside it besides blood.
Do you mean below the line of the blood? Did you want to disturb the blood, or did you just want to look really closely at everything above blood level?
The particulars of this are fascinating.
Well, I mean, I don't want to assume that you're just digging around in the bottom of this thing
Right.
you can't see past the surface.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
What's on the vanity, mate?
Just like a brush. There's a bit of makeup. There's a broken mirror. The mirror of the vanity itself is broken, and everything else looks like it's too old to really be of any kind of value.
I'm gonna grab that bit of makeup and just toss it into the tub.
I was hoping someone would do something like that.
Oh Lord.
So while Elias is carefully considering what to do with this thing, he sees Jeeves chuck some stuff in there.
Yes, and at that moment, a blood-drenched creature explodes out of the tub and attaches to the ceiling, cackling manically. Blood pours off of its pale flesh, bony limbs, and stringy hair as it scuttles away. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Is that the thing that came out of the cake?
I don't know. Is it?
The cake wasn't that big.
Do we get a picture?
No. No, sorry. Theater of the mind, my friend.
Ah, we normally get pictures.
I would love a picture of that, but I guarantee it wouldn't be as cool as whatever you're imagining.
Yeah.
I don't have a picture for it.
I'm still picturing bloodless, so that's a good enough picture for me.
That's actually what I was expecting. I thought the moment that shit hit the water that we were gonna have to roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Actually, it scuttled up on the ceiling and then down through the curtain that you came through. So it quickly scurried out of view. And it was so frightening that no one really had a moment to react to what you're seeing at the moment. So no one got any opportunities to attack.
I figured that Mike had Vania'd the whole thing because the water looks blue on the map, so I figured it was like his stuff.
Honestly, I wish I could take credit for that, but that's all part of the adventure.
Cool.
So thank you, Chris Perkins. That was pretty interesting. What will it mean next week? I don't know. We'll find out.
It's our new
then.
friend.
That's right. It's Jester's buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there was a spot for Bloodless in our campaign, that would definitely be it.
Yep.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, Alex will turn and glance down to the Clockwork Man. Friend of yours?
No, actually, when that happened, you saw him jump back a little, as if he was frightened.
She'll protect him.
All right. Well, hopefully next week we'll gain Logan back. I hope so.
I hope so.
But yeah, it seems like he may have some concerns that he might not be as active with us in the future. I hope that's not the case. But at least he'll be able to listen to our adventures on YouTube.
Yep.
All right. Well, until next week. See you then.
All right.
Yay.
Bye-bye.